Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Brendan Bird chilling. What's up with you, man? Man, what can I say? What can I say? I know they're gonna be doing this. Hey, let me go and give shout out to my man, Mr. Superboy, and also I'm gonna touch a little bit about colorism. Really, it's not my forte. I actually follow the lovely Miss Chrissy. She normally discuss the top about the colorism and the black woman. Sometimes she'll touch a little bit more about black man, but I think she's kind of really with the topic of black woman. I'm gonna touch a little bit about colorism, and I really want to touch a little bit about this March for Our Life campaign. Um, I was on the stream on I think ABC News, and it was a couple people. Actually, a lot of people wasn't even taking it serious. I think it was like about like maybe 500, close to maybe 700 views um, on the stream. It wasn't that many people. I mean, it was several hundred people, but that's pretty much it. But nobody really wasn't taking it serious. Um, I put a couple comments on there. Talk about it's bullshit to me as well. I think many black people have the same type of feeling. It's probably no, it's just not really genuine. Let alone you got a lot of black kids that was dying over the years, and when they participate in the March and Black Lives Movement, you had a lot of people really making a lot of funds and giving the side eye and coming with these side co-opted other type of hashtags like Blue Lives and All Lives and everything else. So I mean to even just put the name for March of Our Life, you wonder who they speaking to because that man. I mean to be honest with you, I don't think they're ever speaking it for black kids. You know what I'm saying? They're not speaking uh, for any type of non white kids. I think they're just basically speaking about their children. Majority white children. So um, that's something I tell a lot of black people, and you need to be very cautious. I tell the black youth you need to be very cautious as well, because like I said, I mean Florida is a very racial state. They have many brutal history. Um, like a lot of some of these other states have some very brutal racial past as well, but Florida is very iconic about their racism. And to have a child of Trayvon, and he was still a kid, he was still a high school student, he was a kid that got shot and killed for no tender reason by a civilian. He wasn't even a cop, he was a civilian. And you let him go. You let that civilian guy go. You didn't give him no type of punishment whatsoever. Now because another white kid, because the kid was white. He was adopted. I think he's maybe got a little bit. I think he got a little bit of your Asian ancestry, but he's European. Um, came and shot up your kids. I don't, and a lot of people talk about mental illness. These people, man, is not mentally ill. They had it was a type of intellectual intelligence that they plan and strategize how they're going to kill you. They're pretty creative in how they're going to kill you as well. So that take a lot of creativity and a lot of intelligence. That's not really mental illness. For the law enforcement and the main media to keep throwing that out there is starting to really starting to water down what mentally ill. Mentally ill is when you're not cohabitating with the world or the environment surrounding you. That's mentally ill. Um, you're not coherent. You're not really aware. You're pretty much in a bubble. It's like almost in a stasis. You're in a stasis type of chronic type of sleep or a dream-like state. You know what I'm saying? That's like mentally illness, some type of And mental illness can also be something like chemical imbalances. You have a lot of problems, a lot of medication that you're taking, and so forth and so forth. A lot of these killers and terrorists didn't have none of that. A lot of them was homeschooled. You had some that was pretty much have free reign of the house, and there's a lot of households that let their kids have free reign of the house. You know what I'm saying? And over time, that could be very deadly for them or people around them. You know what I'm saying? The kids really don't have no, they have no consequences. They have no form of a punishment to let them know, if I do this, this is what to come. You got a lot of kids that don't have that type of mechanism, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And I think to a lot of black students or whatever, I think this is a slap in the face, because when you're trying to march for your actual safety, and from the tint of the skin color you have, and the ancestry you have, you're looked upon as the enemy, and almost like you must be destroyed. Those same type of students didn't go out and protest. They didn't demand gun laws and nothing like that. It was just kept quiet. So I mean, it's a double standard, very racially intent. Plus, I didn't like the code name, how they co-opted the name anyway with the lives. They could have used something. They could have put, say, gun or Second Amendment, or just be a little more creative, but they wasn't creative at all. So I give them pretty much an F for that. But yeah, that's really my stance about that. I'm not really gonna put no link about it. I could, but I think it's coming up sometime this week. I think this week. I think today or tomorrow. Um, but I mean, is it going to change? I said, not really. I mean, you got handguns. I mean, over 10,000 people died just from handguns. So, they're talking about assault rifle, but you had like a school shooting in Maryland. Dude brought a handgun. He didn't bring no automatic. He just brought a little 22, 45, something like that. Shot two kids. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you would need an assault rifle. I mean, if you want, you could just get two handguns loaded up. You got to be carefully, selected with your target, and just start shooting. You can easily kill over 10 people like that way. So, I mean, really banning assault rifle is not going to solve the problem of gun violence or school violence. It's your culture, and that's everything wrong with the American society, the dominant society. It's racist, white supremacy, is everything. All this like a jumble of just dysfunctional. That's what's wrong with a lot of things going on now. To ban guns, I mean, you ain't gonna do that, because you need your guns to protect yourself from the fear of black people rising up. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, I want to touch into on the colorism a little bit. Now, Chris, I really don't really do colorism. As a black man, I really don't really stress about the black, about dark skin and light skin, etc. But maybe I do. But actually, I do follow her and I agree with her. Um, you know, I think very like dark skinned man like myself, we need to be more appreciated with our dark skinned women. But our dark skinned women need to stop being captive saving. You know what I'm saying? They're constantly in defense of other people and not themselves. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of like get a little what Chrissy say, emotional when nobody's not sticking up for them. And I tell myself, you guys gotta have to let a lot of these different types of women hold their nuts. You know what I'm saying? Light skinned, biracial, and etc. You know what I'm saying? Now you got a lot of biracial that will straddle the fence. Some will claim the black, some will not claim the black. They'll put themselves in the other. And like I said, I think I'll rock with Chrissy with that. Like Creoles, like back in the, a couple hundred years ago, the colonial and the slave period, you had a lot of Creoles that have African ancestry, but they chose to be white. And they was really detrimental to a lot of black people, African slaves back at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, it's almost like you gotta pick a side, man. You can't be a double agent. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing. I mean, there is such thing as double agents, But those double agents get dealt with, brutally dealt with. Like a lot of them will cut their heads off and burn them to the stakes. Some of them don't even allow you to get a proper burial. They'll kill you, dismember you, and scatter you all over the land. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a real new level of extreme hate towards double Asian, and I think, like I said, light skin. Like I said, they need to pick a side. They need to pick: are they going to be black, or are they going to stay over there with the people of color? You know what I'm saying? Because once you people of color, you're not. I'm not going to recognize you as a black person. You're just a non-white person and a non-black person. So that's what I kind of like put you in that category. You know what I'm saying? Are we allies? I don't know. You have to fight for me. You got to fight for my interests. If I'm fighting for your interests, it's a lopsided. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And black women need to stop caping for a lot of different groups of women. White women, Hispanic women, Asian women, Middle Eastern women, um, yeah, even biracial women. They need to stop caping for them and just strictly go for their own and let these other females hold their own. You know what I'm saying? If they struggle and you start rising, yeah, they're gonna try to come back to the black side. But if they already picked their side previously, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Black men, we also dark skinned man. Um, we need to be more assertive and more supportive of our women. But we also need to let them know the deal too. Like you're going to have to pick a side, and you got a lot of men that's not really telling these women to pick a side. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of just like we just kind of let everything float above us and not really worrying. Cause a lot of men just worry about themselves. Or and we sometimes we also have our own little prejudice. You know, cause a lot of men want a light skinned woman. Oh, you know, she's biracial, she's exotic, and da da da. And I told a lot of dudes, oh well, shit, y'all. You know, if you're gonna pick a woman that because there's something about her, not just pertaining to a physical attraction, but something mentally, something spiritually, something um that would that you can get down with on a very deep content type of level, and vice versa with the females, because you got a lot of known black females, not just white females, that don't have no interest at all in the uplifting of or black empowerment or uplifting of black people. So you gotta understand, there's an interest in this. As a black person, there's an interest in it. That's why I think about the colorism. You trying to pick, oh, well, she's light skinned. I mean, light skin's okay, but I love dark skinned women. That's what I like. I mean, I look, I'm not going to toot my own horn. I used to be a swirler. I mean, when I was younger, growing up in Pittsburgh, a lot of swirling. Um, I used to, I grew up and went up around white girls, so I used to be attracted to them and shit. But, you know, thank God, my mom and them, took me down to the South, and I also kicked it with a lot of other black girls at the time. So, I slowly started liking black girls too. You know what I'm saying? Because the first virginity, you gotta learn yourself. I mean, at first I didn't know what I was. I used to look at my color every day and used to wonder why it wasn't like the white kids and all like that. So until, like I said, once you start loving your skin and yourself, then it's a little bit more easy to go forth and finding that woman that you're gonna really vibe with, and vice versa with the woman. Once you start loving yourself, it's kind of easier to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, um, black women. There's some things you can probably pick up on white women and non-black women. You know what I'm saying? Chrissy pointed that out. A lot of those women, they now every woman love bad boys and some. Believe me, I went out with white girls that went out with me just because they thought I was a thug or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But believe me, that when they get older, they don't mess with no thug or nothing like that. They go straight for the dudes that's stable, make money. It's all about reputation and image and stuff like that. Plus, it's almost like going with code. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of women that's going maybe swirl or interracial a little bit, and some do get married. Some do get married. Um, Now that's probably like people like black men that get married with a lot of white women. Some of them kind of be are a little like I won't say lame. I'm not gonna put it on that, but it's a lot of chaos in that. But like a lot of those women right there, when they pick, they go out with bad boys to have fun, but they kind of know these bad boys ain't family material. If they raise kids, they know that it's not going to be a good turnout. That's what black women need to learn. They need to pick, like, you can mess with the bad boys, but when you get a little bit older, you want to get more stable and more of a comfortable environment, especially for kids raising, and also for the guy to stick out with you. You need to pick the right man. You know what I'm saying? That you want to have kids with, and not just letting a man run up on you like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you feel like he's a really stable man and he really is gonna hold his own and hold you as well, and he's very self responsible and a very productive type of man that you have a confidence in to have children like that. But yeah, I mean it's a lot of things. I mean, I have a discussion with women all day. I ask them, do you want a man to lie to you, or you want a man to tell the truth? And you got a lot of women that like to be lied to. You have you have some men that like to be lied to as well. But I think sometimes I think it's more better to just come out truthful because you kind of know what the deal is. You know how to handle the situation. So women need to like ask the man or whoever they talking we're dealing with to ask them, what do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? And you need to tell first listen to what he tells you. You know what I'm saying? Most men is gonna tell you, like, you literally be genuine, we are gonna tell you exactly what we want. And after that, then we're gonna understand what we need to do, and a lot of men do understand. Once we know what you want, we should be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of easy. It's easy like that. Um, I'm not really gonna, like I said, because it's already a little too long already. But yeah, man, I really want to just jump a little bit, just skate through the colorism a little bit, because I really haven't really jumped in. I made a video about the disrespect of both black men and black women with each other. That's because I experienced it. I mean, but I think I think I missed the stream with Chrissy, but I caught most of her other shares because she really goes on about the colorism. She speaks a little bit more about it, and I just wanted to put a little 2 cents about it. But I definitely wanted to just say a little light about that march for the guns right, for guns and something like that. Um, I'm just thinking it's foolery. Why march for people that really don't have your back? Same with the colorism as goes with a lot of dark skinned black women. Why try to rob for somebody that really genuinely don't have your back as well? So that's um, my conclusion, my opinion of it. And I'm like I said, I'm not riding if you're not riding for me. Just go both ways. It's not a one wayer. You know what I'm saying to me? So, like I said, man, I go on and like I said, maybe we'll put a link for that March of Our Lives. That might be happening this weekend or so like that. And I'll see you guys a little bit later. All right, one.